Go ahead and get this lighting good. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? Come on in. Come on in. Write something right here in the chat. When y'all come in, make sure y'all leave a like. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. You know, I keeps my coffee. Everything I'm gonna say in this video is just gonna be personal opinion. You know, let the people on my channel get to know me a little bit more. I think I come on here and speak business a lot, but y'all don't get a chance to actually know who I am. So I'm gonna wait a couple seconds and let some more people come in. Let me know how y'all day been going. I committed myself to do 3 lives today. I did one early in the morning. The sound is kind of shaky on the first one. It's kind of shaky on the first one because I recorded it off my cell phone. My cell phone microphone isn't as good as my laptop cell phone. So once again, we right here in my office. Get a chance to look at my certificates and stuff. Yeah. It's a little empty and a little dirty in here at the same time, but it's all good. We're gonna so today what I wanted to do is discuss some of my travel goals and personal goals and just financial goals and things of that nature for real. So for those of y'all who don't know, I'm Lucrative Seti. Let's start with financial goals. Right now I'm 31. I'll be 32 this year. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. I started my business 7 years ago. I've been doing it on and off for the past 7 years. So I started when I was 25. I have a junk removal business, but I started off with a moving and hauling business. Those of y'all who don't know what a moving and hauling business is, it's basically moving people's stuff, transporting people's stuff, and trashing people's stuff. So I did that on and off for about 4 years straight and decided that I didn't want to do the moving anymore. Now, in those 4 years, I also had jobs and started other businesses that I wouldn't say failed, but I'm going to say didn't work out how I planned or how we planned. And it was all a learning lesson. I had a lot of fun doing them, but they weren't the most profitable. And they definitely weren't as profitable as the junk removal or the moving business. So in 2020, I moved down south to North Carolina with my aunt. I actually have a video on the channel called Why I Left Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. For those of y'all, I see I have people in here from the UK. I don't know where that came from, but shout out to y'all. I mean, that's a good feeling to have people in other countries caring about what you're doing. But so I moved down there for 7 months, and I went down there with a goal to save up. My aunt blessed me with the opportunity. My aunt and uncle blessed me with the opportunity to come down there and save up and get my mind right. So when I come back, I can make sure everything, start back on a good foot. So after the 7 months, I came back, worked to get my business back, and started doing the moving and hauling again. This is 2020 once again, and it was the pandemic, so everybody was home. I was doing it, but the moving, the insurance was way too high. Insurance was way too high, and the liability of moving people's stuff. People love their stuff, whether you look at it as trash or whatever, bro. People love their stuff, and you can't get mad at them, and you can't break their stuff. So, cost for that. And it's not like you're the only one that's moving the stuff. It's other people you're hiring. People got to make sure they on time. I mean, you got to make sure people on time, and you're around people precious stuff. Some people don't want certain type of people around their stuff. Those type of people that look like they steal, people that look like they're on drugs and things of that nature. So I decided to not implicate that in my business anymore and no longer do moving. Do people still ask me, can I move their stuff every single day? Yes. I get asked on Facebook. I get asked on Instagram. I get asked by my family. I get asked on my phone. And I get asked on the website. So it's not like people don't still ask, but I don't do it anymore. And most people respect it. And the people that don't, they're going to have to accept it. So either way. All right. So I do the junk removal now. The junk removal business is amazing because the profit margin is so large, right? So the profit margin with the junk removal is large because all you really have to do, especially for small loads, is worry about the gas and the dump fee. If you only worry about the gas and the dump fee, most the rest of the stuff is profit, as long as nothing goes wrong with the truck. But every couple of months something does go wrong with the truck. You got to keep up with the oil changes, all the license and registration, and in Maryland, that's a big thing. Maryland, we have some of the most strict laws on traffic. You can go to jail for traffic, all type of stuff. So anyway, I realized that doing the junk removal will be more profitable. So that's what I stuck with, and it's easy to keep up with. You don't need to have a large staff. If you were looking earlier, if you here, hit the like button and chime in the chat if you want to. Uh, you don't. If you were here earlier, I did a video on stocks for waste management. Those are the larger companies like 1-800-Junk and Waste Management Incorporated and all those companies that have government contracts and worth hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. Now, when you're doing it on my level, a small business level, it's way less than that. But like I said, it's a lot of profit into it. So some of my financial goals, my first financial goal was to make sure that I don't have to work a 9 to 5. Like I think that's most people when they get into entrepreneurship, their first financial goal is, what can I do to replace my job? How can I replace my job without how can I say this? Well, basically everybody just want to replace their job and not have to go back. How about that? Because sometimes you feel like you replace your job, but then you have to go back. So, nobody likes that feeling, especially when you feel like you progressing in life or moving to another level in life, and then you get set back and had to go back, which I had to do plenty of times. So it's not nothing wrong with that. It's not nothing wrong with that to me. So, where was I at? I got a brain freeze just now. So we talking about jump removal business. All right, sorry y'all. I'ma just had to go back to where I was at another time. So, my goals. Some of the goals were, obviously not to go back to the job, and the next goal is to make 6 figures. Once you make 6 figures off of it, even though it's a business, you still, pay yourself a nice amount of money for you to be able to live, right? So those are some of my goals. Now my goal is I want to make 6 figures consistently, until, we start doing millions and millions and millions of dollars. I have other goals financially as well for it that has nothing to do with my business as far as stocks. So right now actually have it written down. I have, as of February 2023, I have 126 stocks, shares, and across the board in different countries, different countries, in different categories, ETFs, different type of funds, regular stocks, and all that. And I have 126 shares. My goal is to have 1,000 shares by the time I'm 35. So If I can obtain that, when I obtain that, that'll be one of my goals. And the 1,000 shares can be index funds, anything, Vanguard, anything. I just want to have 1,000 shares because the goal is by retirement time to have 10,000 shares. I seen that on Earn Your Leisure, EYL. If y'all ain't never see that, go check that out. It's a page called EYL, Earn Your Leisure. They are business guys that talk business, stocks, real estate, all that type of good stuff. Another one of my goals is to have 1,000 doors by the time I turn 40. Now, when I say 1,000 doors, I don't mean 1,000 buildings. I mean exactly what 1,000 doors is. 1,000 doors could be an apartment building with 100 apartments. It could be a storage unit with 100 storage units or 1,000 storage units, things of that nature. So I want to have 100 doors, and that can have what they consider passive income, but that's really not passive income because you're going to either have to hire someone to manage the property or you're going to go have to manage the property. So I want to have 1,000 doors. This is not goal, but these are financial goal. But this is something that I want to get into. I want to get into storage units, and I want to have a liquor store. I want to own a liquor store. For a large portion of my life, I drunk alcohol, and all my friends and watch people basically live at the liquor store. And I want to know how it feels to own and run a liquor store. That might be something that I actually run myself. My grandfather owned a bar and a liquor store, and I was in there when I was a kid. I seen that, so that might have kind of played a role in why I want to do it as well. Let's go. What's the next one? Oh, visiting 100 countries. This is one of the most important things because I believe that travel is the best way to learn. By that, I mean the experiences you get from travel, you can't get from a book. I can read a book all day. Speaking of books, let me shout out not Tony Robbins. This is actually a Tony Robbins book. That's messed up. Her book not right here. I can't shout out. Okay, we'll leave that the next time. But anyway, yeah, travel to me is the best way to learn because you learn through experience and not just by reading a book. Reading a book, you get to learn, you get the basic knowledge, but you don't get you can't tell me what fish tastes like in Mexico. You can't tell me what lamb chops tastes like in Germany. You can't tell me the weather in Africa. You can't tell me what it feels like to ride a elephant in Thailand. So experience and travel is some of the best things. I feel like, and that's how I learned as well through experience. I like to read as well, but through experience is how I learn. So I'm gonna say some of my travel goals while we're talking about travel. So these are some places that I want to go. Out of the 100 countries, I believe this is about 27. So I'm gonna go. It says Thailand, Bali, Colombia, Brazil, Kenya, Japan, Ethiopia, Dubai, Italy, Amsterdam, Brixton, London, Toronto, Mexico, the Philippines, Spain, Morocco, Peru, Cuba, Greece, Costa Rica, Panama, Jamaica, Fiji, Belize. I put Brixton on there twice. I must really want to go. I was supposed to go to Brixton in November, but we rescheduled. So, and I want to go back to Malta, where, like I said on my last one, is where I got my cup from. And I also got this. This is cool. I think this is cool. But yeah, those are some of the financial goals and some of the places I want to go. I want to know is there anything else I could say on here? Oh yeah. So since I was 25, I planned that I want to go live in 5 different places from when I'm 35 and on. I want to live there, not just visit. If y'all coming in the building, go ahead, hit the like button for me, or and leave a comment and share. I want to visit and live in at least 5 different places. So I think one of the places is going to be Colombia, either Medellin or Cali. I want to visit. I want to live in Thailand or Japan. One of the two. Maybe Japan, because for those of y'all don't know, I'm part Japanese, and that'll probably bring me closer to my ancestors. Uh, what's another place? Oh, both of those were island. No, Colombia's not an island. I want to live in Brazil, Japan, Colombia, Belize. I don't really want to go nowhere, live nowhere cold, really. So visiting Toronto would be cool, but living there might not be, unless it's a work opportunity or something that I can stay there for a couple years. I can stay there for free, get paid to stay there. And I want to find somewhere in Africa to live as well. I consider living is like 3 months or more, 3 to 6 months or more for real. So, all right. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe underneath. Thank y'all for listening to me on my live stream. I appreciate y'all. This is another a little look into my life. I don't get a chance, opportunity to do this often. So y'all go ahead and leave me a comment. It's your boy Lucrative Seti, and I'm out.